So Mr. Smith and I just went out and harvested our first ever, go up to the camera, show honey, first ever grape, oh, I got it. First ever grape harvest, first basket of grapes. So these are muscadine grapes. Yeah, you can see those there, and that's a good little bit. We've never been able to harvest them before. So this is the first year. I planted these vines when we first moved in here, and the first year or two there wasn't really anything. Last year there was a few, there was a handful, but not enough that you could really do anything with. But it looks like this year we're gonna have enough to at least make a batch of jelly, so I'm excited. So we're gonna wash these up and we'll just freeze them until we have enough to do the jelly.
And there's enough on there, I'd say within the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'll have enough.
Oh,
There's a ton of grapes
easy
on there, people.
I mean, we picked this basket of them here, and this wasn't even a quarter of the grapes out there, so that's exciting. Very exciting. So, makes me want to grow more grapes. Hey guys, so I'm out here under the grape arbor picking grapes. We picked the grapes, Mr. Smith and I, the beautiful purple muscadine grapes. And I got to thinking, wait a minute, I have 2 different kinds of grapes out there. I was thinking I was going to need to wait for all of these other grapes to get ripe, except these are scuppernongs. One side was the purple muscadines and the other side was scuppernongs, and they need to be picked like right this minute because they're actually almost overripe. So the few that I am finding that are like past their prime, that girl's getting, and they're all kind of watching to see what I'm doing. You better watch it, Willie. So, I'm out here picking grapes, and it is our first real harvest, so I'm super excited. I've got more than enough to make my very first batch of grape jelly ever. So when I planted, whoo, and something zapped me on the back of my knee. When I planted these grapes, we had just moved in here, and I had some fencing out here for it to climb on, and that first year it really didn't do much of anything. The second year, it kind of grew a good bit, but not a whole lot. Third year, it grew more. The fourth summer, which was last year, it grew like crazy, and here and there were a couple of random grapes. So this year is the 5th summer, because we have begun the 5th year here on the homestead, and so this is the first time we've actually been able to harvest any of these grapes. And you can see here I've got a nice basket full, mostly scuppernongs, but there were a couple of the muscadines that I missed when we were out here picking last night. Now, when I planted these grapes, I really didn't know anything about grapes other than the fact that they needed lots of sunlight and they needed something to climb on. And since planting these grapes, I've actually taken a class all about growing small fruits here in northern Alabama. blueberries, grapes, and things like that. And of course, I learned that the way I had planted these grapes was totally, completely wrong. And especially since I have two different kinds. Because you look at this mess, this side of the cattle panel arch, I planted the scuppernong. That side of the cattle panel arch, I planted the muscadine. Well, the muscadine are purple, the scuppernong are green. So as I'm going through there picking, it's obvious when you've got a ripe muscadine because it's that deep purple color. But as I was looking at the scuppernongs, I was having to try and look at the vines, see which direction it was coming from. And I mean, the scuppernongs are kind of going everywhere in there. And so trying to figure out whether I was looking at an unripe muscadine or a very ripe scuppernong was a little bit of a challenge. I think that arbor there is maybe a little bit of a lost cause. I am going to prune it back significantly this year. However, I am going to look into propagating it and starting more vines because it takes a long time for things like grape arbors to get established. And so I figure the sooner I do it, the better, right? Hi, Nubsy. Silly boy. Cats in boxes. Hey, Stumper. What you doing, baby? You just chilling out on the tractor seat? Hey, baby girl. I don't have anything for you, girl. You stay right there, Foghorn. Stay right there. So I'm heading out to the back of the pasture, the far pasture over here, where I've got my trail cameras, well, two of my trail cameras set up. I haven't pulled the SD cards in a bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull them and see what I've gotten on camera lately. So I mentioned a while back, I had shared about a fawn that I had seen on camera. Not only seen on camera several times, but I had actually walked right up to it, right out there in the middle of the pasture, and no mama anywhere to be seen. And I was concerned about it because it just seemed like it was too young to be on its own. And I mentioned how I had finally seen it with another doe and fawn. And I know it was the same one because the other fawn was not the same age. So it was so exciting to see that, and it just like almost choked me up a little bit. And because clearly that doe took in that fawn. And my hope was to try and get it on camera so that I could share that with all of you. Because we had seen it a couple times with our eyes, but we hadn't gotten it on film or anything like that. And I say on film, I mean like on video. The other morning, I was out doing chores. I saw the doe with the two fawns in the two different ages. But it was super foggy, it was early, it was still a bit dark, and it's not the greatest photo, but I did get a picture with my iPhone, because I had my phone in my pocket, and I whipped it out, and I snapped that picture as quick as I could. So it's not the greatest, but here's a picture, right here, of that doe with her fawns. The wind is starting to kick up a little bit. So we had some friends over last night for dinner, and they live not too far from here. It had poured for hours at their house. Absolutely dumped water on them. We didn't get anything. So I'm hoping that Sally brings us a little bit of rain. Alright, so this is exciting. I took the SD cards into the house, stuck them in my computer, went through all of the photos, and lo and behold, I got a picture of the mama doe with the 2 different aged fawns. Now this trail camera is not the greatest and it was super foggy, but if you look at the photos that I'm going to show you here, there is a fawn that's got a little bit of a size to it, and it's kind of hanging around with its mama. But then the mama has another fawn come up to nurse, and look how much smaller this fawn is than the other one. Oh, that is so awesome. So I was looking at the Alabama website the other day because, you know, these cool mornings got me thinking about hunting season. So I jumped on the website to double check when opening day is. I didn't hunt last year. Our older son was in town visiting, and he had been in Germany for years, and he really missed hunting. So I kind of took a step back, let him have the opportunity to do a bit of hunting. He ended up not getting anything, so I'm kind of feeling the itch. I would really like to get a deer this year. So before too much longer, the weatherman's still saying we're gonna get a cold snap. So I think I will be coming out here to work on clearing our trails, getting things ship shape around here, including these. We need to check on our tree stands, make sure everything is still stable, make sure everything is solid and safe to be using before we actually come out here and use them. Things like the straps, they need to be gone over, possibly replaced, and all of that. So that's my favorite tree stand because it's actually technically a 2-seater. So I love having the space to get up there and be able to move around easily and all of that. I like that one much better. We do have a one-man tree stand that's over yonder, deeper into the woods. I'm not going to head over there right now because I don't have Betsy with me. So we'll go take a look at that one another day. Hey, Ute! Hi, buddy! You coming to see me? Daddy let you come out and run? Where's Dookie? Dookie! Hi, buddy! Oh. Yep, gotta smell everything. Hi, you Ute! Hi, you Ute! Hi, buddy! Dookie! So we do have 3 dogs. These 2, Duke and Ute, they can come out here and run around the pasture. Mr. Smith can let them out to come and run to me. Can't do that with Shotzi. You do that with Shotzi and he will be gone. Pew! Into the woods, chasing squirrels and foxes and everything else. But, you know, that's what rat terriers do. So, we do bring him out here, but not off leash. Hi, Chan Chan. Hey, buddy. Alrighty, so it is starting to get dark, so I will be wrapping up the video here in a moment. Out here spending some time with the goats, giving them some loving. They always get brushed every evening. We come out here, give them some attention, give them some treats, all that good stuff. So in the next couple days, I will be doing the grape jelly. So I will be sure to film the process and see how it goes. See how my very first time making muscadine / scuppernong jelly turns out. So I will take you guys through that process. So I am looking forward to it, and those grapes smell amazing. So that is it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me again here at the homestead. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I'll talk to y'all next time.